Well, good morning and welcome to our final fabulous segment here on Cityline. I'm hanging out with David Thompson, who is the founder-director of Tacoma Urban Farm. It's so great to have you back.
Thank you.
I love this. And the studio smells like good dirt. So this is the time of year where we start to think about seeds and planting seeds this spring. So there is so much information out there. I am so glad you're here because you are going to help us understand 3 methods that we can use, and you're going to demonstrate about seeds and how to really get the most out of them as opposed to going out and just buying the full plant.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Okay, so first off, tell us what this is.
Well, you know, this is the first, this is the standard method that most people use.
Yeah.
This is a 50 cell tray. So you would start 50 seeds into here.
Okay.
But you know, you need a little bit of equipment before you jump right into
Yeah, you do.
it's really important that you have a heat mat here.
Oh.
Okay, you can see this plugs in and there's a little thermostat right here that turns it on. It keeps the seed bed warm and that'll help everything germinate.
Oh, okay.
The other thing you have to have is these are grow lights.
Okay.
These are some new ones that I just
These are cool.
Found. They're real thin. They'll daisy chain together.
I love this. Let me get, yeah. There we go. These are cool.
You could connect, I've got 91 of these in my greenhouse.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they all
That's
connect
that
together.
glow I see over there every night. Yes.
But yeah, you got to have those because otherwise the plants will get leggy, what they call leggy, and they grow really long stems and then they fall over and they're just not any good. They'll never recover from that.
Okay.
So you want to have the lights. You know, these lights right here, I bought 4 of them for $20.
Okay.
Heat pad there's about $20.
All right. So that's if we are doing the traditional cell trays.
Well,
yes?
actually any one of them.
Any one of them. Okay.
Yeah, you're going to want to have those lights in that heat pad.
Okay.
The heat pad's just to get the thing started. Once it's started, you can pull the heat pad out.
Okay.
But you got to have the lights until you put them outside.
All right. This is interesting. Tell me about this. It looks like something that belongs in a Dr. Seuss book.
Well, this is pretty cool. This is called a soil blocker. And these are the soil blocks that it makes.
Wow. Okay, here, plop it in. Oh, God, I love the smell of dirt. I'm a dirt woman.
And one of the things with this is that you can put the seed in here, and some seeds don't like to have the roots disturbed.
Okay.
So if you use this method like on your peas, your squash, and that kind of stuff,
right,
you just put this whole block into the soil, and you don't ever touch those roots.
Nice.
Works really well.
Love that.
It's pretty simple. You just kind of push it into here. And
where do we find one of these?
I got this on Amazon.
Okay.
It comes as a set of 3, little tiny one. This is the middle one, and then there's a really big one. The idea being that you could transfer the small one into these and these into the big one.
Okay.
The small one, the small thing fell apart though.
So let's talk.
It didn't last long.
So as you're squeezing, it's like a cookie cutter for soil, isn't it? Absolutely. So what's the snail method?
Well, the snail method is this one here. This is something new I just discovered.
Oh.
What you do is this is like an onion bag that I cut into strips. This is what one looks like when it's all finished.
Okay.
It's all wrapped up into there like that. You would tape this off, or you could tie a string on there.
Okay.
Seal it off. And what you're going to do is put seeds all the way along into here.
Okay.
Okay. I brought some pumpkin seeds.
Oh, right on.
My fingers are really hard, so little seeds are really hard for me.
Let me do this. Okay, this is good. So, so one seed goes where?
Okay, we're going to put one right here.
Okay. Is that the right way to put it in?
Well, no.
Put it in upside down.
You're going to want to lay them on their side.
On the side.
Okay, and then the pointy end of these seeds, okay, go to the bottom.
Oh, okay. So on the side, but the point goes down.
Right. Okay. Right, like that. And then you would just keep putting those down.
All right. Okay.
All the way along it.
Perfect. And then do I cover them up?
We're going to roll it up.
All right, show me.
Okay, yeah, you don't want to do that. You want one in each side.
One in each. Okay, all right.
Okay, so you
Boy,
just
this
go.
is
You keep putting them
great.
all the way down.
Okay, all right,
Okay.
all right. You keep talking. I'll keep putting plants down.
And then you roll it up. What it does is it really helps the seeds grow because it ventilates all the way through it. So they get lots of air.
Oh, okay.
And then once they've grown, then you would unroll this and take your seedlings out and plant those. They don't take up a whole lot of room. You could put them into a solid bottom tray and just put a little water at the bottom.
Okay.
And it'll absorb the water up into it.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you don't have to water as often. You can do the same thing with the soil blocks as well. But you always want to have an open tray if you're doing cells like that.
Okay.
It'll hold too much water in there, and you could get mold and mildew off of it.
How am I doing?
Good. That one's upside down.
Ah! Well, I'll tell you what.
There we go.
I'm giving myself like a C- on this. Okay. Now can we roll it?
Yeah. So what you would do is just,
Wow.
and you would just roll it up.
Kind of like a burrito.
Yeah, egg
dough,
roll.
egg roll. What else can we roll? Yeah, exactly. Oh, I love that.
See, and then,
Oh.
okay, because they're all pointing down, this is going to be our top.
Okay.
So just like that. I did bring some tape.
That's okay.
It'd be kind of hard to do.
But so you use tape as opposed to like a rubber band or something like that.
Rubber band would squeeze too tight.
Okay.
But you could use string.
Okay.
I just can't. It's hard for me to tie knots.
I love this.
So I can't.
So how long do
And then the other thing you have to do is you got to put a tag.
there we
because
go.
You will forget what you have.
I did.
Right. So you're going to want to write on a tag.
I'm gonna write pumpkin, but usually we should.
Here's a
do them-
special pen for that.
Uh-oh.
This
Special
doesn't
pen. Watch out.
That doesn't wash off.
All right. So you get to look at this and tell me, where do you get your seeds before I say goodbye to our viewing audience?
Well, you can buy them. Portland Avenue Nurseries, like one of my favorites. They support me with a lot of stuff.
Okay.
You could get like Ed Hume seeds there. You could get territorial seeds there. Territorials out of Oregon. So, you get local seeds.
Right.
Finney Farms is a good one.
Perfect.
Carnation Farms is a good one.
All right.
They're all local seeds.
So I want to have you back on when it's time for tomatoes, because my tomatoes did so well last year.
Yeah.
Thanks to you.
Deal? Deal.
All right. Well, that wraps up another great segment of Cityline. David and I, it's always a pleasure and a privilege for us to be in your home. We've given you some great things to think about, so go out there, be a part of the tapestry, and above all, pay it forward. And when you come back, as always, we'll be waiting for you right here at Cityline. Take care.